Hey, my name is Yeva. Thanks for joining me on this scrapbook process video. I'm inspired today by two squared photos, and I'm going to use the Echo Park paper collection. It's an older collection, but it's called Homegrown. And I'm also going to add a few other things. There, I was just showing you the sticker that I'm really wanting to use. It says, "You make my heart beat," as in the veggie beat. And here are my two photos of my son and me, or my son holding carrots, and then another photo is me holding carrots and beets. We were visiting my mom, and she had like a little garden of vegetables that she said we can pick, and so we grabbed some to take some home. This is an older collection, like I mentioned. It's by Echo Park, called Homegrown, and it has this really cool farm theme, but not overly farm theme. A lot of these back pages are solid color, they're solid colors, but like tone on tone colors. And what I like most about it is it has purple. And so I feel like it goes really well with my photos of the beets. We personally actually like to eat beets. I don't know, do you guys? It's one of those weird vegetables. Anyways, I really want to do a lot of layering on that top part. And here I'm just trying out different sizes of papers. There's a carrot paper in the back, then a light blue, and then that brown. And basically I just want a lot of fun layers that I'm picking up from our photos that I took. And it's going to be very top heavy, and on the bottom I'm just going to just layer up some strips of paper. Here I decided that white was very stark, quite bright, and we're kind of on a farm area, so I figured white and farm don't really match. You get dirty. So I found this kind of a light gray paper stripes, angled stripes, that I'm going to layer up in the back. I'm using my Distress ink vintage photo, and I'm just kind of distressing the edges. You can't tell too much in the video, but it gives this nice subtle texture when in live. And there's that sticker that I want to make sure I put it on or use, and it says, "You make my heart beat." So I'm just going to start laying everything down before I change my mind or I had more layers. The only thing that I wish I had done differently, I guess, is making the layers a little bit bigger. So starting with the purple, I think I cut it down to about 5.5. I should have done 6, so I could have made all the other pieces a little bit bigger. Because of my blue paper, it's quite narrow, and so I feel like I wish I had more sticking out, but that's fine. This is a sticker from the sticker sheet. It wasn't quite long enough, so I'm just cutting it in half where it's going to be hidden anyways, and I stretch it out. And actually later on you'll see that I actually end up ripping it out and I kind of make a mess. But that's okay, that's me later on. So I'm going to start working on the bottom, or maybe not quite, or get the title out. There's a great big font. It says Homegrown. I thought that was perfect. And I just use leftover pieces that I have from the top and just bring everything down to the bottom. So it just feels very cohesive, feels very part of it, and that empty space just feels not so empty, if that makes sense. It just ties everything together. I'm also distressing the sticker. I always forget to distress the embellishment. And again, I'm just going to start laying down things using my handy dandy T-square ruler, lining everything up. And then when I cut everything just slightly smaller than the last piece. So it just has a great layering effect. And I kind of mimicked the top, but just angled a little bit differently. I'm using foam stickers or foam tape to give that big sticker some dimension, some pop from the rest of the page, and I also can move it around and decide if I want it at the top, at the bottom, how I want it. And so I'm gonna be, here I'm looking at the top photos, and I decide I don't like how they're kind of lost in all those layers and colors. So I decide to get a plain white piece of paper, and here I'm trimming down the photo just slightly because I feel like if I layer it with the white, it's going to cover a lot of that blue paper. And that's what I was talking about earlier, about wishing I had done it a little bit bigger. And that's okay. Here I realized that with my photo mat and the photos, it lines up exactly at that blue sticker, and I wanted layers. You know, I didn't want it to be all lined up on the same line, so I wanted all that layers. So I rip it out. Basically, you can see I made a mess, but I was like, it's okay, it's gonna be covered, it's fine. And I stick it back, got it all figured out. I'm really happy with it in the end. You would never tell, but just it was kind of a mess to do. And then the leftover piece, which worked out really great, I cut down a little slither of it and layered it back down there at the bottom with my title. So I'm really happy with how it all turned out and worked out in the end. But it was a process. It was a process to get there. Here I am deciding which other embellishments I want to use. I realized there's a lot of squares, a lot of harsh angles. I wanted something circular to kind of break it all up. And I got my cork circles that I've punched myself out. And I think that kind of just brings it all together. I'm making a triangle with those cork circles to, again, tie everything together and bring your eyes to the photo. Great way to tie everything together. I like that. Again, working through those stickers, I've pulled out a bunch that I think I want to use, and I went through my old stash and got some October Afternoon die cuts, some Cosmo Cricut. I got some old stuff that I really want to use up, and so I'm just trying to embellish it, bring it all together. Found some other things that were very garden-like themed, and just kind of tying it all together. And I play around again with the colors, making sure that every little space has one of each color, or at least things that tie to each other. So in each little cluster, I have orange, I have blue, and a little bit of purple, I believe. Some hearts. I don't embellish too much, just a few little tad bits here and there. I also added some hearts that are made out of wood. Here my camera ends up cutting out because I didn't have enough space, but here's my finished layout. It was pretty much done. The only thing that I added was a couple black enamel dots to tie in my title and a few other stickers. But that's about it. Thanks for joining me. Hope you guys gotten some inspiration, and I will have some more videos soon. Give me a thumbs up and some likes. Thank you.